Yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by. I'm just about to dive right in it, man, just to let you guys know what's going down out here in these motor streets, man. So today we're about to talk about that. You already know that Honda Civic Type R. This is one of my favorite Hondas of all time. Like, I always wanted them to compete with Toyota, with the GR editions, I don't really want to say with the Supra quite yet. I think they're waiting probably to announce something soon to probably directly compete with that. But we know this Type R really wants to compete, basically with, we already know, the 86. That 86, baby, we already know. That's what this car is targeting in that BRZ. So if you definitely want to get your hands on one, the price is going to be kind of healthy. Now we know this right here is for the young audience right here. Honda did this for you because they knew we had to bring something out that's exciting, that's new, that's going to basically have that manual transmission, because we know our sports car guys, our tuner guys, they love to bang through gears. So you can't just have automatic, can't just have paddle shifters. You have to save the manuals. I'm not a manual guy, but I prefer automatic and basically paddle shifters because that's just my thing. I like the way it feels when shifting through gears, but I do know we do have a lot of people out here that love manuals. So yes, you can get this in a manual. And like I said, that price is going to be kind of healthy now, being that it's inflation and everything is marked up. So even if you go in and try to talk them down, I don't know how that's going to go. So you might want to search around online before you actually try to buy one of these things, man, because this is one of my favorite. Okay, so let's jump into the meat and potatoes. Let's jump into the juicy stuff, man. This right here is going to come with like 315 horsepower, 310 foot-pounds of torque. Yes, it is a turbocharged 4-banger. I know the guys are probably saying, okay, cool, this is what I want. How can we tune this thing to just give it a little bit more power if we want to go at a Supra, base model? We're not talking about a 3.0. We're talking about basically, saying a 4-banger Supra as well. Because my tuner guys, you're gonna have the WRX guys out there. You're gonna have the Supra guys out there. You're still gonna have some Mitsubishi guys out there, some Evo guys out there. They're gonna try to jump on you. Them Lancer guys, I'm talking about, these guys are really going to try to see what this thing is working with. The BMW guys, maybe with the 2 Series Beamer, maybe the base model, nothing too serious, but probably like the 240. They are going to try you at the light, bro. You better believe me. Infinity guys, those guys are insane. This car is pretty quick though. Now it is very impressive now, and I'm happy that Honda is trying to give the fans what they want, but I know they're trying to keep it exciting. They're trying to keep it, like an economy car, like keep the price down, not really bust everybody's head, because we already know the whole entire market is up. From A to Z, it don't matter where you go, prices are just way too high, and they really need to come down on these prices. It's killing everybody's pockets, and it's just not fair. I feel like the dealerships are trying to get over on people, with all this price gouging and markups. It just don't seem fair to diehard fans like us of these cars, the ones that want to get their hands on it, especially the young crowd. It's just not fair, man, to be charging like a $1,500 car payment on this thing. It just don't add up, because it's like back in the day, you can kind of get your hands on one probably for like 30, 35. That's it, out the door. But now the market went up so high, nobody really can afford even base model cars anymore. They're at 40, 45, 50K just for a base model car. And that's just insane. I don't think it's fair. I think the car community really need to stand together and do something about this, because this is ruining, the car shows and car meets, because most people can't even afford the cars that they really want. Now let's jump into some 0 to 60 numbers off the line. You're looking at around 5-second range, somewhere around that. So you're going to kind of need that for the average car. Is about somewhere around that 5.5 second range. You're going to have those Integras out there too, trying to jump on this Civic Type R as well. Now Toyota is going to supercharge the 86 coming this year or next year. I seen that. Now that is going to be insane, because if you dyno tune this thing, I'm pretty sure you can squeeze 4-second range out of this thing. I'm pretty sure my tuner guys, They're gonna dyno tune it. They're gonna add more parts. They're probably gonna add bigger turbos or whatever they're gonna do with this thing. It's gonna be amazing. I like the design language of it as well. I like the features, you know, I like the spoiler, and I like the 3 pipes in the back of this Type R. I think it's very eye-catching, and it sets this car apart from, you know, the base models. And you definitely can tell by the colors that they use, the yellows and the blues. You know, it's like an exciting car to look at versus, you know, the base model, you know, Civic. Nothing's wrong with the Civic, by the way. I love this car due to the fact that it's known to be one of the most reliable cars out there on the market, like we all know and grew to love over the years, which is a lot of automakers are getting away from that due to regulators and all these emissions and all this crazy stuff going on in the car industry. It's going to make cars like this more unreliable going down, being that they want us to go hybrid and, you know, EV, and it takes so long to basically, you know, work all the bugs out of these engines now. So if it took 10-15 years to get a car to run basically solid and reliable, how are you going to make a car or EV or hybrid system reliable in like 1 or 2 years? It's going to take a long time. And so I think a lot of people are kind of stepping back from the whole EV thing and mostly thinking about hydrogen engines, like water cooling engines, or like e-fuel, artificial fuel, or hybrid system. They're trying to find a way to keep, you know, gas engines, or should I say artificial gas engines, alive, because everybody doesn't want an EV. Let's just read, it's, you know, some of them aren't reliable, and it is an inconvenience to some people. So my, you know, question to you is, which one would you go with if you had the bag right now? Would you go with the Toyota 86, the BRZ? Would you go with the Z? Don't forget about those Z boys, those Nissan Z. It was funny because when the car, before the Z was first released, before it was released, everybody kept calling it the 400Z, which is, I thought it made sense as well, because, you know, it is packing like what, 400, 450, somewhere around that, like 400 horsepower, something like that. So we all kind of thought it was going to be called, you know, the, you know, Nissan 400Z. I mean, everybody was taking the name and running with it, right? So which one do you go with? Because you got to think, you do have a lot of competitors. If I sit down and just think about, you know, you can go with Toyota, you know, Honda, you can go with Acura. You might even want to go back to the good old days, to Mitsubishi's. Oh man, it's just so many. You can go foreign, you know, you can go even more foreign. You can go Lexus, you know, maybe IS, you know, you can find some of those. Oh man, Infinities. You know, some of my favorite tuner cars of all time was the early 2000s, between like 03, 04, with the Z and the Infinities. I still see the Nissan Z and the G35 still on the road today. That right there lets me know back in the day, we were building way more reliable cars. Because if you still see those cars on the road today, yeah, a lot of them look beat up like lemons, but they're still on the road. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, a lot of people, they didn't hold up well on the outside and the build quality, but that engine is still running. And that just to show you, whenever you master your craft in certain generations, they did very well back in those days. But now, fast forward to now, we're moving hybrid, EV, you know, gas, half hybrid engines, and all this hydrogen engines, water engines, or fake artificial fuel and all that stuff. I don't know. We're gonna have to see in the future. This is crazy that this may be the last few years that we get a Type R or something like that. That's very exciting like this to the fan base, and it's going to be very sad to see them go away if they do. I hope they replace them with something that's going to, you know, basically eye-catching, fun, something that you can still tune and have fun with, keep them turbocharged, or bring out some new technology that we can play with. Now, let's jump into the top speed. The top speed is 170 on record. That's what it's saying. 0 to 60 around 5 seconds. Top speed is 170. Now this car will run. I mean, that's crazy to even think that a Civic can go 170. You know what I'm saying? But pushing out that 300, you know, 15 and like 300 torque. Think about it. That is pretty good for the size of that car. That car is small. You know, most cars that small ain't even gonna come with that type of horsepower. Most of them gonna be down in power, probably like 200, 250 horsepower tops. You know, even you have some like foreign cars like Audi, Beamer, You know, Mercedes, they may be down in power. They probably can't even hit 170, you know? So this is pretty good for the Type R. And then, like I said before, Honda, Toyota, of course, that is going to be on most people's favorite top durability list. If that's what you're looking for, a durable car. Some people don't care because they like working on cars. So, like I told a friend, like I tell people this, I tell family and friends this, right? I say, hey, if you want to go foreign, like with a BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Jag, you know, Rover, if you don't have the money for the shop to take it back to the dealer, you got three options, right? Either you have the money to go get the car fixed at the dealer, or you have a backyard mechanic, or you know how to work on the car yourself. Those are the three options that you have when you have a foreign car that's very expensive in the six-figure range, over 100,000 and up, because we already know these cars are overpriced anyway. You know, they're charging us, you know, just to take it to the dealer, just for them to do a diagnosis. Ain't no even telling how much money that's going to cost just for them if the check engine light comes on. You know, so like I said, if you don't decide to go with this Type R, you decide to go with BMW, you know, Mercedes or Audi or something like that, Lexus, it's going to cost more to fix because of the name. Most of the time you're paying for the name brand. So, or for bid, you go get something like a Maserati, you know you're paying for the name. I'm just saying, but me, I'm a muscle car guy, tuner guy. I like sports cars as well, but I like I'm more comfortable with this because I feel like I can daily this car. I can have fun with this car. I don't have to look over my shoulder if something breaks. I'm gonna have to break the bank just to go get it fixed. So, you know, that's my take on this car. I'm excited about it, and I hope to do more on this car. It's very interesting. I really like it, and I'm a huge fan of it. This is my last gripe. Now, Honda. I think you have this right, the Civic Type R, but I don't think we have a Honda Accord Type R. And being that I'm saying that is because I think it'd be a bigger market if they did. And the only reason why I mention that is because, like I said, reliable cars. We need more fast, reliable cars that people can daily drive. Most of these foreigns, yeah, they got power, they look good, they come with all the bells and whistles, they come with all the bells and whistles and features, but they're really not reliable. Like a lot of these foreign cars, a lot of these exotics, a lot of these supercars, they're not reliable, and they cost way too much money to fix. So if we could have an Accord, basically, they probably shouldn't even name it Accord. It should just be a Honda Type R, but it's the same frame, same body style as an Accord, but just a little more modded, souped up, add body kits and rims and brakes, tires, horsepower, plenty of horsepower, around 400 or so, 450, and just call it a Honda Type R. That would be an amazing car. But see, this is what happens when the automakers don't listen to their fan base. See, because we have a lot of great ideas. I hear so many people have the best ideas in the world, but the automakers, they just don't listen. A Honda Type R, do you know the amount of cars you would sell with that type of horsepower? And you don't even have an Accord name behind it. It just look way more sportier. The body kit looks different, so it probably won't even look the same as an Accord. It will look more like an Acura, you know, but it'll be a Honda, but it'll be, you know, something that will excite you like an NSX. That's the excitement that we want coming from the Type R sedan version versus like the little coupe, you know, hatchback version. You know, a full-size sedan would be more like a Audi S6. Even it can even be an A5 type size car, but it's coming with that Type R engine, nameplate, and way more horsepower. That would be amazing. You already won me over, Honda. I just want to see if you guys are gonna make it happen.